I wanted to talk with you guys about this real estate market and everybody's panic about the change and what's going on and how things aren't the same and they're scary. And guys, I really got to tell you, man, I'm excited. Right, this market is making it unusually normal. This market is a market I grew up in. This market's the same market that's been around for a long time. There are things called market time. There are things called due diligence that you're getting the privilege to conduct again. There's instead of being one of 30 bidders, you're able to find people that are looking for off-market deals, meaning that they want to find the buyer that can get the deal done, that can legitimately underwrite it, and can actually close when it's time. And so you're seeing the closing table be a lot more crowded. The bidders market, the bidders pool it's not that it's necessarily shrinking. It's just there's a lot of people that are terrified about what's happening right now in the market. And rightly so. If you've been, doing real estate from what came about the last couple of years and calling that normal, I would be terrified too. 2%, 3% interest rates, those aren't good. I've said for a long time, man, I wouldn't loan my brother money at 3%. And I like him. Right? I'd probably loan my brother money at 0, but that's just kind of the way we are. But the reality is, if you're looking at this market as something that has really changed, you should be scared. If the people that you're doing business with are looking at this market as something that's really different, you should be scared. But if you're looking at this market as an opportunity, because deals are deals. Deals are done at 12%. Deals are done at 20%. Deals are done at 4%. It all has to do with your underwriting. It has to do with how you put the deal together. There's always a little bit of a lag. Remember when prices shot through the roof? Everybody was like, oh my God, nobody's going to pay that. Nobody's going to pay that, until everybody paid that. And then they paid more than that. Then they paid more than that and that, right? And people got used to, now there's multiple offers in tertiary markets. And now all of a sudden we're doing a, hard earnest money day one. What the heck? Where did this come from? Who's doing that stuff, right? And then we got used to that, and that became the normal. And then it was $1 million earnest monies. That's crazy talk. That's absolutely nuts. But that's the market we got into. That's the frenzy that a lot of people bought into. I never quite went there. My experience has been that that's never really a great place to be. There's always going to be somebody doing that stuff that's the last guy in the pool, or gal. But the reality is, deals are deals, and there are lots of them. We've increased our market time to about 2.5, 3 months of inventory, with about 30 days on market in a lot of areas nationwide. 30 days on market gives people time to look at it, go home and think about it, instead of putting in a blind offer and hoping they accept it and then deciding if you like it during the due diligence period, or if the numbers are real, or whatever, right? So if you go back 4, 5, 6 years, we were doing deals at similar interest rates. We were doing deals at cap rates that are similar to where things are headed now. Things are uncompressing, but they're compensating in a different direction. And what I mean by that is, we're seeing deals, the cap rates are expanding, but the rents are continuing to go up at ridiculous rates, right? Rents are still accelerating in double digits in most markets, because the reality is, we've converted a lot of potential homeowners now into the next 3 to 5 years of tenancy only, because of what's happened in the market. So the supply line is still small. The supply constraint is going to be there for a while. So it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. It doesn't matter that interest rates are going up, because everything is going to follow suit with that, right? If you remember, in 2008, when the market fell, so did the price of cars, right? Housing prices go nuts. Everything goes nuts so far this year. And guess what? So the price of cars. Well, now you can find supply of cars. Things are coming back online. They're available. And now when you have that, pricing goes down. The last couple of years, it's been really difficult to see dealers offer 0% interest, because there was no inventory, right? The last 6-8 months, they didn't have to. Now things are getting competitive again. So when you look at the competitive side, there's always this shift from competitive on the buyer side, competitive on the seller side. There's a lot of sellers competing right now to sell. There's a lot of buyers that are sitting there waiting, going, well, I'm not going to do anything until it goes back to 2%. I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. You're never going to see 2% again. You're never going to do that. If we're there, I'm flying to your town and I'm taking you the nicest steak dinner in your house, okay, or in your town. That's just, you watch this video, you catch that. I'm coming your direction for the finest steak you've ever had. And if you're vegan, well, wonderful head of broccoli, okay? But the reality is, guys, this is a market that a lot of money is going to be made. There is going to be a ton of money made. In fact, most things that shift to the negative after being highly positive have a huge upside for those that know what to do. And the reality is, knowing what to do is just about putting deals together. It's about common sense, and it's about underwriting properly. When you're doing that, you're getting A plus B, rents minus expenses, right? So you're getting, all of your things in a row, and you're running a formula. And that formula comes out with cash flow. That formula comes out with positive growth. And as those rents continue to naturally appreciate, you're going to see the price of the asset appreciate. See, here's the reality. The asset prices are still appreciating, and the market is still bringing on new product because there is a lack of supply. So here's the deal. We're building new stuff. New stuff doesn't rent for what old stuff does. It rents for more. So I'm bringing new stuff into the market, which gives the guys in the C's and the D's an opportunity to raise their rents because I'm here, they're here, I bring on new product, I go here, they come here. Things are going to naturally progress. So when you see that, you're going to watch rents go up. You're going to watch things inflate, right? This, I don't know that, I don't think that anybody's really convinced that the Inflation Exacerbation Act is really going to do much more than its title. And that's exacerbate the situation we already have, make it worse. And we're going to continue to see rents rise. We're going to continue to see incomes go up because we're going to have to pay more in these dollars that we're denominating that aren't really quite what they were a while ago. Even though they're going up according to other currency, we're still seeing deflation in purchasing power. The reality is the person making a hamburger is still only worth what a person making a hamburger 3 years ago was worth. We're just having to give you more dollars to do that with. We're having to give you more rent money, more dollars for rent for similar product because there's more of it in the system and we're having to pay more and on and on and on. So what I'm here to tell you guys is if you're in the real estate business and you're underwriting and your underwriting is still solid and you're still doing the same things you normally do and everything is going along, you've got to adjust a couple of things. Your expenses are going to go up. Your mortgage is going to go up. But your cash flow should stay the same with the way the deal comes out. So you're either going to pay less, you're going to raise rents. Something's got to change to make your underwriting work. And when it does, and you're locking in that money at 7%, you always have the opportunity, should rates go back down to 6.5%, 5%, in those ranges, you have the opportunity to refinance that. And again, that's just a function of how long do you plan to hold? What is the cost to do that? But it all comes down to the numbers. Real estate's not an emotional game. Real estate's not, it has been, but it's not supposed to be. If done properly, it is a game that is following a checklist. It is following a formula. And at the end of the day, you're underwriting for cash flow. You're underwriting for asset growth because of rent growth. Rent growth will always bring higher values. So guys, that's it, man. If you're in it to win it and you want more information, send me an email at connect@shannonrobnet.com. I will connect you with my social media everywhere, and you can schedule a call with me, and we can talk about how I underwrite and what the secret sauce is to staying alive and staying out of the alligator trap. Have a great week, guys. We will talk to you guys the next time we get on this crazy channel.